Someone just disrespected you. In front of other people too. Your heart beats faster. Your throat tightens. Your hands, without you deciding to, close a little tighter. And one single question spins in your head. What do I say, right now? You have 2 seconds to decide. And what you choose in those 2 seconds decides which of you two keeps the power. Today, millions of people search for exactly how to respond when someone disrespects you. Don't smile. Never look down. Stay silent once the other person finishes talking. A video showing these 3 moves has been watched more than 11 million times, but this stoic method is nothing new. A man, a former slave who became a teacher in Rome, was already teaching this, almost word for word, 2,000 years ago. His name? Epictetus. His rule fit into one sentence, which he repeated to his students. It is never the insult itself that wounds you. It is the judgment you place on it, a fraction of a second after hearing it. Change that judgment, and the insult has nothing left to bite into. Somewhere in Rome, a man criticizes Epictetus in public. The expected reaction would be anger. Epictetus instead says only one sentence. He probably doesn't know my other faults. Otherwise, he wouldn't have mentioned only that one. All the theory you need fits in that one line. This scene is recorded by his student Arian in the Discourses. Epictetus, that former slave who had known real chains, spoke about power this way. Now here is what this actually looks like. Not in a toga, not in Rome. In your life, this week, maybe even today. A work meeting. You pitch an idea. Someone cuts you off, half smiles, and says in front of everyone that it isn't really new, that someone else already suggested it better. First reflex. Don't smile back. A smile here would say you agree, that you're confirming yourself what was just said about your idea. That silence, plus a steady gaze, says one thing without a word. That remark didn't land. The meeting moves on, and it's your idea still on the table, not the remark. You already feel the heat rising before the sentence even ends. A family dinner. Someone makes a comment about your weight, your salary, or the fact that you're still single, dressed up as a joke everyone is supposed to find funny. Second reflex. Don't look down. Keep your eyes steady on that person, calmly. The body speaks before you've had time to choose your words. After 2 or 3 repeats of that same calm look, with no justifying and no counterattack, most people stop on their own. A joke that makes no one laugh always ends up dying out. You already know that feeling, that small spike of adrenaline, before you even understand why. A group of friends. Someone teases you a little too hard, several times in a row, and clearly waits for you to react, to get annoyed or defend yourself so everyone can keep laughing. Third reflex, the hardest one. Say nothing. Let the silence exist. That person prepared their joke, not your non-reaction. That silence, held all the way through with no apology and no justification, changes the group's dynamic faster than any comeback. With no one to fuel the joke, it falls flat on its own, and it's the one who threw it who ends up for once in the silence they wanted to provoke in you. A message or a comment that you reread for the 3rd time, late at night, searching for the perfect reply. No gaze to hold here, no live silence, just you, alone with your phone. The trap is identical, just slower. Every rereading is a new door you open to the same judgment. The solution here asks for neither a gaze nor a silence in front of anyone. It asks for one simple rule, set in advance. No reply written after 10 at night, never in the heat of the moment. What you'd write now, under emotion, is almost never what you'd write tomorrow morning with a clear head. Your thumb stops dead on the screen. A comment, under a photo you posted, visible to all your contacts. Someone slips in a remark about your looks or a life choice. In one line, in public. Here the audience changes everything. You know others will read your reply before they even finish reading the comment itself. The reflex that matters most, in this exact case, is not answering fast. Letting a full night pass before even deciding whether a reply is needed almost always changes what you choose to write. That person's judgment doesn't become more true just because it went public. It stays exactly what it was in private, an opinion, never a verdict. In these 4 situations, nothing really changes. Someone is testing whether your words or your silence can decide what you're worth. The judgment they place on you looks like a truth being handed to you. In reality, it's only an opinion being offered to you like a paper to sign. And a paper like that, you can always refuse to sign. No one, not even the person closest to you, holds the original of that document. Everyone only ever writes their own version. This isn't just ancient philosophy. Modern neuroscience explains why it works. When someone attacks you, a part of the brain called the amygdala reacts before the rational part does, in a fraction of a second. Psychologists call it an amygdala hijack. Brain scans show something simple. If you name what you're feeling, even silently, thinking, "I am feeling anger," that same reaction starts to calm down. Epictetus never knew the word amygdala, but he was teaching, 2,000 years ago, exactly that same pause. There's a question rarely asked in these moments. Why does this person need to put you down precisely now, in front of witnesses? Marcus Aurelius noted that people who hurt others almost always act from their own confusion, not from some truth they hold about you. That doesn't change anything about what they just said, but it changes a great deal about how much it deserves your attention. Someone who is fully secure in themselves generally has no need to belittle anyone else in public to feel bigger. That need speaks about them, almost never about you. Here is what the other path looks like. In the meeting, you snap back, harder than necessary. The room turns to you, not to the one who started it. The next day, replaying the scene, it's no longer the original remark eating at you. It's your own response. This time, you open that door all by yourself. Stop for a second. Next time you feel that heat rising, don't do anything yet. Just notice the first sentence that shows up in your head. That sentence is the whole fight right there. That sentence in your head is where the real work happens. And here is what the silence trick never says loudly enough about it. Staying quiet only works if, inside, you've already done that work. Otherwise, the silence isn't real silence. It's just anger waiting its turn, one floor down. That inner work we just talked about has nothing mysterious about it. And it doesn't start on the day someone disrespects you. It starts long before, on much smaller frictions. A line moving too slowly. A driver honking behind you. A message that takes 3 hours to get a reply. Every time you resist the urge to react instantly to those small daily frictions, you train the exact same muscle that will serve you the day the disrespect is direct, and this time, in front of witnesses. There's a second tool beyond silence that psychologists call fogging. Instead of defending yourself or striking back, you agree with whatever small part might be true, without giving it more weight than it deserves. You might be right, you say calmly, and move on. It isn't giving in. It's like trying to punch fog. There's no hard surface to hit, and the argument simply loses its air. Epictetus went further than the simple question of words. He said they could chain his leg, stop him from walking where he wanted, but that not even the most absolute power could touch one single thing: his own will. If that limit holds against real chains, it holds far more easily against one remark too many in a meeting room or at a family dinner. If you had to sum up this whole Stoic teaching in one sentence, it might be this one: no one disrespects a person who decides for themselves the value of their own word. That moment rarely lasts more than 10 seconds, wherever it happens. But what you do during those 10 seconds repeats afterward, almost identically in every other room where someone will try to make you doubt yourself. Lose that fight once, at the office or with family, and it becomes a little easier to lose next time. Win it once, with no witness to applaud it, and next time also becomes a little easier to win. That is how, gesture by gesture, people around you eventually come to call it calm or self-confidence, never seeing the work behind it. That same door shows up again and again. An unfair criticism at work, a silent judgment in someone's eyes, everything others decide to think about you without ever asking your opinion. Today it's a remark. Tomorrow it will be a job interview that ends in a vague rejection. The day after, a partner who compares you, without quite saying it, to someone else. The mechanism always stays the same. No one applauds when you stay silent in the face of a remark. There is no witness to note that this time you didn't take the bait. Only a quiet certainty you carry with you, to the next meeting, to the next family dinner. Next time someone tries to make you doubt yourself, in a meeting, at the table, in a message you reread 3 times, remember the door Epictetus spoke of. You can always choose not to open it. That door, he himself, had closed long before that man criticized him in public, somewhere in Rome, 2,000 years ago. It is never the insult that decides. It is the door you choose to open or not. Most people will never say this part out loud, so tell me honestly in the comments. The last time someone disrespected you, at the office, with family, or in a message you reread 3 times, did you open that door or did you keep it closed?